Tonight on K-Nation, a K-State soccer player is partnering with a cleat company to promote true shoes for women, why she's hoping to push women's sports forward.
And the Big 12 tournaments are just a few days away. We'll tell you everything you need to know before KU and K-State men's and women's basketball goes to Kansas City.
Plus, the man behind the curtain, Fred Kortelbaum, sits down for an exclusive interview to give us an inside look at KU men's basketball success. Welcome to K-Nation. I'm Lainey Gerber.
And I'm Jacob Kaufman. We'll get to those stories and much more. Glenn Kinley spent the weekend in Austin covering the Jayhawks, so we asked the people, and they couldn't wait to have me back on. It's been since football season. Is that right, Lainey?
Yeah, that's right. Just to make it clear, there was no official poll that went out for a co-host. It's like on Family Feud when they say that they interviewed so many people, and you're like, who the heck did they ask about this question?
Good answer, Steve.
It's like that. Good answer. Good answer. But we are glad to have you back.
I appreciate it.
We are going to start in Austin, where Glenn was, with KU men's basketball. And if you missed it, it's not the best showing for the Jayhawks. Texas controlled the game front to back, but it didn't mean too much for the Jayhawks either. KU secured the outright Big 12 title earlier in the week with a win over Texas Tech, and that Texas lost the first title since 2020, but the 16th in 18 years. Jalen Wilson is the only Kansas player to reach double digits in any stat yesterday with 23 points and 10 rebounds, his 10th double-double. But Bill Self thinks there is no reason to panic. This is a good Texas team Kansas lost to, and it gives it more to look at as the postseason comes around.
Play a team like Texas on the road, it would be an upset if we won. So I mean, just so you know, minor upset, but it'd be an upset if we won. You know, I'm not going to take away too much from it, other than the fact that we weren't very good and we got to get better. But I'm not going to dwell on the fact that we lost to a team as good and talented as Texas on the road. We just didn't play as well. You know, would I feel better if we lost by 3? Yeah, I probably would, but I'm not going to get too hung up on it.
So, of course, they wanted to win, but no sorrows from the Jayhawks. We'll have more on Kansas and where it sits in the Big 12 tournament coming up shortly.
And K-State also wrapping up the regular season. It was at West Virginia yesterday. Super tough place to play at. It was a close one and a fun one. Cats led 8-0 to start the game and led by as much as 10, but those Mountaineers came back to lead at halftime and take the game. Keontae Johnson and Marquise Noel both scored 24 points, but it's not enough to overcome 89 points from West Virginia. Like Bill Self, Jerome Tang not too upset after yesterday's contest, saying he knew West Virginia needed a win. He says that the Wildcats needed this as postseason play approaches.
Everybody wants the trophy and the confetti to fall, and what you have to think is, what does it look like 20 minutes before the trophy ceremony and the confetti falls? And that's a place of fire. It's chaotic. The crowd is going crazy. You have to try and communicate. You know, it's a tough situation to be in, and you got to be able to be calm in those tough situations. And it was great because we hadn't been in that on the road in a minute, and so now we got some things we can go back and work on, and they can understand a little bit better what it means about being in that place of fire.
First year as head coach, and Tang finishes with a 23-8 record, 11-7 in conference play season. Far from over, though, Lainey.
Definitely. I like what he said about 20 minutes before. That's what you have to think about. I've never heard that before.
It's a good analogy.
Yeah, and this all brings us to award season released by the Big 12 this afternoon. Kansas had quite the showing. Jalen Wilson was unanimously named the Big 12 Player of the Year, along with unanimously landing on the conference's first team. He wasn't alone, though. Point guard Juwan Harris Jr. was named the conference Defensive Player of the Year, and forward KJ Adams was named Most Improved Player. Now, Adams went from 1 point and 1 rebound game last year to 10 points and 4 rebounds a game this season. Sabermetrics
tell me that's a 9-point increase right
there. Good job.
Good for him. And the Wildcats do pretty good too. We mentioned Tang earlier, picked last in the conference to a 3 seed. Gardner's a deserving Coach of the Year award for him. Keontae Johnson was named the Big 12 Newcomer of the Year, and Johnson and Marquise Noel joined Jalen Wilson on the Big 12 first team. Baylor's Adam Flagler and Texas's Marcus Carr joins the 3 on the all-conference team. So that's 5 individual awards and 3 on the first team. Not too shabby if you ask me, Elaine.
Big 12 basketball runs right through Kansas.
Always.
We're going to take a look at who and when these teams will play in the Big 12 tournament. That starts this Wednesday at the T-Mobile Center in Kansas City. Jayhawks get the 1 seed. They'll face the winner of West Virginia and Texas Tech on Thursday at 2. And K-State has the 3 seed. It gets TCU, who K-State split with during the regular season, on Thursday at 8:30.
And the Cats and Jayhawks wouldn't be able to meet up until the championship game. That would be a great game at that, which is Saturday at 6 to round out the seeding for you. Texas gets 2 seed with the win over Kansas yesterday. Baylor is the 4. Iowa State is the 5. They open it up against each other. Oklahoma State is the 7, and Oklahoma rounds it out with the 10. Winner of Bedlam gets Texas.
What a time. Women's basketball is also at it this week, of course, and Kansas ends the season on a tear. 3 straight wins for the Jayhawks just in time, including a home victory against number 23 Iowa State and then a road win at TCU. Kansas put up a whopping 98 points against the Cyclones, including 31 from Zakiya Franklin. Then 4 players reached double figures against TCU yesterday. The Jayhawks finished the regular season 9-9 in conference play. Not too shabby in this conference, especially with 5 road wins.
And K-State women's basketball, not as good of the week, but they also had to play the co-Big 12 regular season champions, number 16 Oklahoma and number 12 Texas. Cats take the Sooners into overtime, but couldn't escape the high-scoring affair. Serena Sundell continues her hot tear through 33 points against Oklahoma, just not enough to knock off the 2 top teams in the Big 12. Wildcats in the regular season, 5-13 in conference play. And women's Big 12 tournament also taking place in Kansas City this weekend. KU gets the 7 seed. It starts play with TCU on Thursday. That's at 7:30. K-State gets the 9 seed, and they open the tournament with Texas Tech in the first game. That'll be Thursday at 5. If the Jayhawks win, they get number 2 Oklahoma. If the Cats win, they get number 1 Texas. Rounding out the seeding, Iowa State is the 3 seed playing 6 seed Baylor, and 4 seed Oklahoma State plays 5 seed West Virginia.
Hearing all these seedings, I'm exhausted hearing that schedule.
It's basketball time. March, best time of the year if you're a basketball fan. Also, can be the most depressing time of the year.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to get my feelings hurt, but also feel the best that I've felt in a while.
Hey, hopefully maybe back-to-back for the Jayhawks. That'd be something.
Yeah.
Well, don't go anywhere, folks. We're just getting started. Coming up later on K-Nation, Glenn Henley, the man, the myth, the legend, sits down with Kansas assistant coach Fred Kortelbaum. The kids call him Coach Q for an exclusive one-on-one you won't find anywhere else.
But first, Meet the Shoe, K-State's Porter List says can help girls and women in soccer. Stick around.
Sports!
We have everything
that you're looking for
at Play It Again Sports.
New and used sports and fitness equipment with used up to 50% off retail.
You can create your own discount by trading in and trading up. Sell us your gear and get cash on the spot, or even get store credit.
Play It Again Sports has something for every athlete. All seasons, all sports, on any budget. We're open every day in the Fairlawn Plaza Mall.
Game on!
Golden Corral on Southwest Wanamaker Road has been locally owned since 1999. Come join us in our newly remodeled dining room with updated decor, a stone fireplace, and an enhanced buffet area. Breakfast served Saturdays and Sundays. Pickup orders and catering available. Golden Corral in Topeka is looking for great service-minded people to fill positions with advancement opportunities. Serious applicants can walk in to complete an application.
Come on in and join us
at Golden Corral.
Welcome to Jungle House, a shop for plant people. The Jungle House offers a range of in-store and at-home services to help your plants thrive. Not a green thumb? Don't sweat it. We're here to help. Jungle House, 924 Delaware Street, Lawrence.
You ready?
If you can keep up.
Can you do this?
Yeah, let's do it.
Thank you.
Dad, come on. Starting.
All next week on Today, it's an all-star lineup live in Studio 1A. Monday, breakout star Jenna Ortega. Then, Jimmy Fallon, Idris Elba, and Kerry Washington. All next week on Today.
Welcome back to K-Nation. Sorry, we were just making sure we're ready for this next block. On this show, we highlight a lot of superhuman athletes, but their impact goes beyond the court, the field, the pool, you name it.
And NIL has opened the door for athletes to partner with companies to make a difference. K-State soccer player Porter List is helping girls in her sport.
Yeah, she's partnered with Ida Cleats to promote their women's soccer cleats. Girls and women's feet are different than men's. Women bear their weight in different areas. They have higher arches and narrower heels and a different toe box shape. List says having a shoe formed to the women's foot will really help young players' development in the sport.
In high school, for soccer players, a lot of the time they tear their ACLs, and so that was a huge thing for me. Is a lot of my friends had torn their ACLs, and it was really hard to watch them go through that process, especially my high school best friend who went through it. And so sitting there for the year that she was out, it was really hard, and finding out that this cleat company was doing something about looking at the woman's foot and seeing that there was a huge difference, especially in like where women bear their weight. And so seeing that they could make a change in their footwear that they would wear, that would help prevent more ACLs getting torn. I think a lot of it has to do with just being okay with what we have, and the truth is we don't need to be okay. We can make things better, and that's the truth.
Shoe companies like Nike and Adidas just make smaller soccer cleats for women. They don't adjust for the proper fit. Having the proper fit for a woman's foot also makes breaking the shoes in a lot quicker and easier.
And it obviously keeps them healthy. They're not tearing their ACLs everywhere.
That's always a plus.
Now it's time for our top plays of the week. For KU, call them the Bee Gees, the way the Jayhawks kept this play alive. Jalen Wilson up to KJ Adams, falling out of bounds, gets it to Pettiford. And Pettiford's falling out of bounds. He gets it up to DeJuan Harris. He's trapped, kicks it out to Jalen Wilson for three. The epitome of Kansas basketball. This team is just never out of it, turning an 0-0 into 3 points.
Gotta love it there. And for the top K-State play, make it plays with an S. It's the flashy passes from K-State men's basketball game against Oklahoma. Desi Sills goes back behind the back to Keontae Johnson for three. Less than a minute later in transition, Marquise Noel goes between his own legs to David Gasson for the dunk. Gasson screaming, showing off his teeth after that one. And these were both right before halftime, which pumped up the crowd and gave K-State all the momentum into the break. So fancy, such a fun team to watch, and those plays make up the top plays of the week.
And the best part is K-State has those types of passes all the time. They're still a top play, but they do it so regularly.
Oh, I mean, they're a fun team to watch. Like, I mean, I'll be honest, I went to KU, but this year with Tang and the team, I've had a lot of fun watching K-State.
Yeah.
So they're an exciting team. I'm excited to see what they do in March.
They're great. Well, after the break, we have an exclusive one-on-one interview with Kansas assistant basketball coach Fred Kortelbaum. That's coming up after a quick timeout.
Are you a super fan? K-State Superstore has the largest assortment of licensed K-State apparel and souvenirs waiting for you. And with our Superfan Rewards program, you'll enjoy even more. Fans can experience K-State Superstore at the stadium, online 24/7 at kstatesuperstore.com, and our new flagship location at 520 McCall Road. K-State Superstore, official retail partner of K-State Athletics.
Hear that? Each edge of your seat. He blows the body off the car. Entertainment at top speed. Camping World NHRA races where top drivers compete to be the best. But don't blink. And who's got the horsepower? It is going to be Justin Ashley. A dazzling Top Fuel final. You could miss it. It's the Menards NHRA Nationals presented by Pet Armor. August 11th through 13th at Heartland Motorsports Park in Topeka. Every ticket's a pit pass and kids 12 and under are free. Get tickets early and save at NHRA.com.
Fidelity Bank is celebrating 100 years, empowering customers since 1922.
The flexibility offered here at Fidelity through our local decision making allows us to have a high degree of flexibility to the needs of our customers in a changing marketplace. Fidelity flexibility, that matters.
Fidelity Bank, we do business right here at home.
T-Mobile covers 99% of people in America. So when we say we have your town covered, we mean it.
Where I live is a rural area, and the coverage has been awesome.
And great coverage is just the beginning. Families and small businesses can save up to $900 versus Verizon.
The savings we get allows us to do more things as a family.
We're a one-income military family. Saving every month really does help us.
Plus, with our T-Mobile Price Lock, we guarantee we won't raise the price of your rate plan. Switch today.
Welcome back to K-Nation. We know KU head basketball coach Bill Self is incredible, but he's never been shy about sharing just how important his supporting cast and coaches are.
And one of those talented guys is Director of Basketball Operations, Fred Quarterbaum. Our own Glenn Kinley sat down with Coach Q earlier this week to break down his role in the Jayhawks' success.
All right, Coach, thanks for your time today. You've been at KU for a while now. I just wanted you to tell me what makes the University of Kansas and Kansas basketball specifically so special.
Well, I think first and foremost it starts with our student body here. Just their engagement, their energy, their excitement, and their passion, you know, for the University of Kansas, for Lawrence, obviously. And, you know, we're fortunate to have a coach like Bill Self that just embodies a spirit here. And I think he's just become so affectionate for so many people here. And I think the engagement along with the student body just makes this place extremely special.
You talk about Coach Self. You guys win another Big 12 title. Very few college basketball coaches, if any, have done what Bill Self has done in Lawrence, Kansas. What's the secret? What's the secret to success? What makes him so special and so good?
I think what sets Coach Self apart from so many, and this is probably across from team sports, is he is a team builder. He's a relationship builder. And he's a culture builder in all of team sports. And he does it on a consistent basis. I see it every day. I study it every day. And obviously you can see how our players perform, you know, under Coach's self-leadership.
When you talk about building culture, I know that's a big part of your role as well, right? What does that mean to you guys, and what does that process look like of building and sustaining culture in a place that has so much history like Allen Fieldhouse and KU basketball?
I think for our culture, it starts with showing up every day, to come to work, to come to practice, to learn, to grow, be present, be coachable. It also talks about ownership. You know, a place like Kansas, you know, we are the caretakers, we are the stockholders in Kansas basketball. So ownership is really, really important. But the thing that really stands out among us is being experience-driven, you know, adding value to each other, pouring into each other every single day, whether it be on the court, in the classroom, on trips in McCarthy Hall, or just fellowship together. We're always looking to pour into one another.
And that had to be maybe in some ways a challenge this season, right? You guys lost a lot of guys that were great culture guys last season and had to have new guys step up this season. Like I said, Big 12 champs, so obviously guys have done just that. What's that process been like of maybe new guys stepping up and making sure that the younger guys or guys who were here last year, making sure that everyone understands the expectation here?
Well, we have a culture program here which starts in the summertime. We have culture ambassadors, and we are fortunate to have, you know, Ochai Baji, David McCormack, you know, guys along that line, Jalen Wilson, and Chris Tehan, you know, because he has unbelievable value as well. So I think it just graduated to the next group, and this year we have Jalen Wilson again, we have DeJuan Harris, we have Kevin McCullough, Michael Jankovic. So those guys have done a phenomenal job of passing the culture towards to what wins, what's important, stay experience-driven, stay process-driven, let the results take care of themselves, and they just continue to build that each and every day, because we all know a season, you know, even the championship season, what we're having so far, it's never a straight line. You know, there's peaks and valleys, there's ebbs and flows, there's 3-game losses, there's so many things that go into it, but staying consistent with your culture, I believe, gives us our competitive edge.
We talked about the team, we talked about Coach Self. I want our viewers to know more about you specifically, so tell me about what drives you. When you wake up in the morning, you come over here, what's your driving force and what fires you up?
I think what fires me up each and every day that I have an opportunity to impact other people's lives, and I take that very, very seriously, because again, we're dealing with young men that are going to be, obviously they want to be athletes, we all know that, but they're also going to be future fathers, husbands, they're going to go into the professional world. So we want to make sure that they're equipped, that they have the tools, not only to be successful as athletes, but also successful in being good character people, being, engaged in the community. All those things matter to us, and I think it also embodies why we have such success here, because we don't take those things lightly here at the University of Kansas. I just want to add one thing that's been extremely special to me. I didn't think I would be a part of this, but a dear friend of mine, Chris Worth, and I co-authored a book, The Positivity Tribe in the Locker Room, a few years ago, and it's doing fantastic. And there are a lot of messages about teamwork, about culture, about fighting through adversity, and I just want to share that with everyone that, it's a book for all ages. It's a book for businesses, organization, teams, things like that, and just different messages that I actually share, or that we share with our basketball program here at University of Kansas.
I love it. That's my next stop when I leave here. I'm going to get that book.
You betcha. I'll sign it for you, too.
All right. Thanks, Coach. Thanks for your time.
All right, I'm going to go get that book now.
Gotta love Coach Kidd, and Glenn, he's going to have a signed one.
I know. That's going to be worth a lot.
Jealous.
Well, the NFL Combine is wrapping up, and some of our favorite local athletes are showing off and even setting records. Up next, we are breaking down all 6 of their performances and hear how one explains the process. Don't go anywhere.
Come out to the biggest party in the heartland, the Country Stampede. Headliners include Hardy, Lee Rice, and Cody Johnson. July 13th through 15th. Tickets and camping on sale now at countrystampede.com.
Doughboys Pizzeria, now with 2 locations in Topeka. Serving fresh pizza with our signature sauce, award-winning wings, awesome appetizers and desserts. With outdoor dining and entertainment. Call or order online at doughboys.pizza.
Hi, this is Voice of the Wildcats, Wyatt Thompson. If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, 988 provides direct connection to free, confidential, and compassionate support. When you call, text, or chat 988, you will be quickly connected to trained crisis counselors who will listen to your concerns, provide support, and connect you to additional resources if needed. For 24/7 non-judgmental support, just call, text, or chat 988.
Meaningful relationships built upon trust is a founding principle of the Trust Company. We help individuals and businesses create tailored financial plans and diversified investment strategies that adapt over time to your unique needs. Because we are independent, we can offer flexibility and creativity that many advisors and trust departments can't. If you aren't sure where to start or you're looking to make a fresh start, contact us today for a free consultation.
On the next Fox 43 AM Live, Tyler Jackson gives us a peek of the latest issue of the Manhattan City Lifestyle magazine.
Plus, we've got your book of the week with the Topeka and Shawnee County Public Library. Join us Monday morning at 9.
Come out to the biggest party in the heartland, the Country Stampede. Headliners include Hardy, Lee Rice, and Cody Johnson. July 13th through 15th. Tickets and camping on sale now at countrystampede.com.
Welcome back to K-Nation. Now, KU announced earlier this week some pretty exciting news for the football team.
I would certainly be excited if I was a player. Renderings for locker room and weight room facilities dropped. Here they are. This includes an extra 2,000 square feet in the weight room and 124 brand new customized lockers for each athlete, specially designed for football players. That sounds like a future story of its own. The whole project is part of a 2-phase process to revamp the facilities for Coach Lance Leipold's team. This is definitely exciting, but now I'm curious as to what phase 2 will entail, because this is just phase 1.
And if you remember, K-Nation's good friend and KU football strength and conditioning coach, Matt Gildersleeve, he had a big role in designing and customizing the new facilities. So we know he's going to squeeze out every inch of that space. And you know that the space is going to be perfect when the guy who's going to be working in there all the time designs it.
Looks real nice.
Well, the NFL Combine wrapped up today, and some Jayhawks and Wildcats are showing off. Lonnie Phelps' 6'14" grade ranks as a good backup with the potential to develop into a starter. He ran a 4.55 40 and a 162 10-yard split and benched 31 reps. It's a strong man.
And Earl Bostic's 5.87 grade ranks as an average backup or special teamer. His athleticism is graded as an 82, which is the 4th best for offensive tackles at this combine. He ran a 5.05 40-yard dash, and he was moving with a 31-inch vertical.
4 Wildcats made it to the combine. Felix Anudike-Uzama didn't do any testing, but he's at a 6.34 draft grade. That's in line with a plus-level starter.
And corner Julius Brents has a 6.27 draft grade. That's starter worthy. He's had an incredible combine, and we'll hear from him shortly. He soars in athleticism, 41.5-inch verticals, and 11-foot 6-inch broad jump, which would probably take me 3 leaps to get to.
Yeah, and that broad jump is actually the 2nd farthest by a corner in combine history.
Oh, wow.
So he's really up there.
Hey, props.
Deuce Vaughn gets a 5.86 grade. We know he wants better. That's in line with the backup. Checking in at 5 feet 5 inches, Deuce's stock is going down, but I'm sure he's impressing coaches elsewhere.
And wide receiver Malik Knowles gets a 5.82. That's also in line with backups, but the analysis are showing a lot of great signs that Knowles may get picked up as a return specialist. Remember, Knowles has 3 kick return touchdowns at K-State, and here's Julius Brents on his time at the combine.
I've been with all 32 teams. It's been great conversations so far. Just some introductions here and there, diving in a little bit of film, watching some football. You know, just seeing how I learn as a player and how I could be fit to their scheme for sure. So it's been a good conversation. Like I possess all those tangibles, you know, just my explosion and you know, being able just to flip my hips and making plays on balls, you know, that shows on film.
Between the Senior Bowl and the draft combine, there may not be a player who's had improved their stock in the draft more than Brents has. The 2023 NFL draft starts on Thursday, April 27th, and it takes place in Kansas City. So we'll see you there.
Ooh, can't wait for that one. And we're still not done. There's more K-Nation after the break.
Jefferson's is the perfect spot to watch the game. Come try our new Loaded Macs, or pull up a seat at the bar and match our cold draft beer with our new Mac Burger. Find us at 29th and Wanamaker in Topeka or online at jeffersons.com.
I wanted to have something to remember my uncle by. It made me feel good that a creative mind like Calhoun's could interpret what I wanted. When I first saw it and put it on my hand, it was kind of overwhelming that this is real. And I could almost hear my uncle say, "That looks good, my little girl."
Calhoun's means custom. Located at 1801 Gage Boulevard. Visit calhounsjewelers.com.
There's something new from Better Than Bouillon. Introducing the Culinary Collection. Chef-created flavor combinations like smoky chipotle and Italian herb that add a little something special to your family favorites. But don't take our word for it. The Culinary Collection from Better Than Bouillon.
I'm here for
your annual eye exam.
Because I'm having trouble
Reading.
Exactly.
They sort of make me feel
Like I'm the most fabulous thing you've ever seen?
Exactly.
I'll take them.
Movies have always made the impossible seem possible.
We're gonna do something different.
On March 12th, let's salute the amazing people who bring magic to life.
Enjoy the moment.
The Oscars, live Sunday, March 12th on ABC.
Jefferson's is the perfect spot to watch the game. Come try our new Loaded Macs, or pull up a seat at the bar and match our cold draft beer with our new Mac Burger. Find us at 29th and Wanamaker in Topeka or online at jeffersons.com.
Well, it wasn't a great time from Jake.
Well, I could have told you that. Well, we showed you earlier the Big 12 tournament kicking off next week. Let's take a quick look at the odds for both of our teams here to win it.
Yeah, Vegas has K-State at plus 650 to win. That's $10 to win 65. And Kansas is at plus 350. That's $10 to win 35. Kansas leads the Big 12 in odds to win the national championship, but Texas is the front runner for the Big 12 bracket.
I can not wait.
I know, I can't either.
As a kid, growing up with my dad, we just always went to those games. So
K-Nation's going to hit next week.
Well, thanks for watching K-Nation. Make plans to join us next Sunday and every Sunday after our 10 p.m. newscast.
Any team in our league
is an NCAA tournament team and can win games in the NCAA tournament. There's nothing like it.
We got the opportunity to play them again soon. We got the tournament coming up, so just getting locked in for that and understanding that our season, is really just beginning now.